Hello.
Hi guys, it's Andy, aka LG, aka Eli, doing something I've never done before. Usually when I'm here, at this spot, at this desk, with a box like this in my hand, is because I'm going over one of my Magic the Gathering decks and making a deck video about it. But today I'm doing the unprecedented, showing y'all one of my DragonBallZ collectible card game deck. This card game came out, I think, in 1999. I might be off, like it might have been 2000 or 2001, but I feel like it was the 90s. That's when this card game came out, and it stopped in like 2003. I made a video last year playing through the Game Boy Advance adaptation of this card game, and I got comments from people like confused because they thought I was playing like a current card game, because like there's so many Dragon Ball card games now, but this is the first one. This is the original DragonBallZ collectible card game from the, we'll say, early 2000s. It is the first one. It's the best one in my opinion. I probably don't have the right to say that because I haven't really played other versions. I really loved this one. I got really into it with my cousin Ty. It's unfortunate that the game kind of died, but it was a good game at the time, and it's kind of fallen into obscurity as of late. So I don't know what's going to happen with this video. I know every time I post a Dragon Ball video, it explodes in popularity. That being said, if you are a Dragon Ball fan and you're watching this video, this is the first Dragon Ball card game. You may not know what it is. If you don't know what it is, but you still find this interesting, feel free to stick around, because I'm going to show the last Magic, I called it Magic, the last Dragon Ball Z deck I made. When did I even make this? I want to say it was during the pandemic, back in 2020. I was like really depressed, and I wanted to like relive some of like my adolescence, so I bought some more Dragon Ball Z cards and made this deck. Because I never had that ability as a child, or as an adolescent, growing up. I only had the cards that I opened from packs and that I traded with my cousin Ty, because we were the only two in my area that played this game. So, man, I loved the game. And hoping to capture some of that excitement here as I go over this deck. This is an Ultimate Guard Boulder, by the way. When I bought it in 2020, I didn't even know like this was a highly recommended deck box. I just bought it because it looked cool and I felt like it could actually fit enough cards for a Dragon Ball Z deck, which I want to say is 85 maximum, unless you were Namekian and then you could have 90, but I can't remember right now. It's been so long. But before we get in, what do y'all think this deck here is? If you do know, if you're watching this, which I know you're watching this, what deck do you think this is? Leave a comment right now. I'm going to pin Ty's comment guessing what deck this is. And if he gets it right, we'll have to do something special here, because I know he's not getting it right, because I never played this back when we played. This is something new I bought in 2020 as a way to relive the adolescence that never was. We are playing Gohan. I guess I'll briefly explain some of the mechanics of the game. Like, I'm not going to overload y'all that don't know. Those of y'all that do know, you can skip ahead. I'll leave a timestamp. The gist of it is this is your main personality. To the right of the card, there's power stages. Gohan's highest power stage is 1,200,000. That's a scale. Like, it goes higher and lower depending on the game state. For example, if you deal a physical attack, you will deal power stages of damage to an opponent's personality, and depending on how high or low they are, it inhibits their ability to play how they want to play. Like if they're at 0, for example, they can't play energy attacks, because energy attacks cost power stages to perform. Meanwhile, the values of the power stages themselves matter too, because Gohan having 1,200,000, that's pretty strong. Like if Gohan were to fight like Krillin from episode 1 of the playthrough I did, Krillin will get bodied by like any physical attack because Gohan is so much stronger. And the goal of the game is to fire off these attacks, physical or energy attacks, at the opponent and to actually drain their life away. And the life resource in the game is actually the deck. It's called a life deck. When you deal damage to the opponent, energy attacks deal direct damage to the deck. Physical attacks deal damage in the form of power stages, and once they hit 0, the remainder is dealt from the deck. The primary way to win the game is to deck your opponent out. There's other ways to win the game, but that is how this deck is planning to win the game, just through pure aggression, attacking the opponent to death with Gohan here. Cell Saga Gohan. The rules of the game allow you to play any combination of Gohan, so like you could have Saiyan Saga Gohan level 1, you could have Buu Saga Gohan level 2, but as you can see, all of my Gohans are from the Cell Saga, because it's good, good flavor, and I find they're actually better than a lot of the other Gohan cards. So we have Gohan level 1 and 2, we have 3, the high-tech version, as they were called. We have level 4, and Gohan level 5, the winner, with a highest stat of 5 million. When this was printed, I think this was the strongest power level in the game. I always thought it was weird that the picture for the level 5 Gohan is back when he was Super Saiyan 1, and the weaker level 4 is when he was Super Saiyan 2. But yeah, we're trying to beat down with Gohan here. So Ty, since you probably didn't guess my main personality, let's see if you can guess what kind of deck I'm playing. I'll tell you right now, it is not Saiyan. I'm actually playing with the classic Trunks Saga Black Style Mastery. There are 6 different styles, basically colors, in the game. There's red, blue, which is like aggression and like defense. There's black and orange, which are like, I don't even know how to explain black. Black does like everything well. It gets a lot of value out of attacking and strategizing. Orange is like just firing off non-stop energy attacks. And then the other 2 are Saiyan and Namekian, and all of them have their own way of playing, and they all have masteries you can use by declaring a Tokui Waza, which means you're only playing colors of that style. So all of my cards here are black. We're playing a black colored deck, so we're optimizing Gohan and his ability to be aggressive with this mastery here. And the mastery gives you a passive ability that all your attacks do +1 life card and +1 power stage, and all your black style attacks do +2 life cards and +2 power stages instead. So dealing insane damage here with this card. It's a very good card that I never had back in the day, along with Gohan, when I bought him back in 2020, and very, very fun to play with. I'm playing Goku Sensei. I usually play Saiyan style masteries, specifically one from the Buu Saga that allows you to accelerate quickly between levels. Normally in a game, it's hard to actually level up, especially from level 1 to 5 for a character like Gohan here. Usually I'm playing a Saiyan deck that allows you to accelerate very quickly, but since I'm playing black, I can't do that. But I am playing this card here, Goku Sensei, that gives you a passive that just helps you level up quickly, which is what we want to be doing, beating down with Gohan here. And then these cards here are in the Sensei deck, which are cards that you can, it's like a side deck or a sideboard. It's best of 3. You bring these in, or no, I think this game was different. I think, because some cards are only allowed, in the Sensei deck, and before you start the game, you have to randomly take cards out to slide these in. Yeah, okay. This doesn't even mention its Sensei deck, but I think it got errated to actually be Sensei deck only. Anyway, that's my my Mastery and my Sensei deck. Unlike in a game like Magic, there's no resource system. You don't gotta put lands or energies in your deck. Everything here is like It's a good card, non-brick. So, well, theoretically. I think I actually did mistakenly put some cards in here I shouldn't have, but I can't remember because it's been so long. Anyway, I just want to look at this because knowing what I know now from playing that GBA video game, there's definitely cards in here that should be in here, but I don't have them. I don't. Maybe I should get them because maybe they'll help me win. But I just wanted to look at this and see what I built in the year 2020 with the limited knowledge I had. Let's relax, shall we? And look at this deck. So, the rule of this game is you can only have 3 copies of a card in your deck. With the exception, certain cards are named, meaning they'll have a character's name as the first word of the card name. In this case, Gohan's Kick. Since this has the name Gohan, this Gohan deck would be allowed to play 4 copies of this card. But if this card here were to be called Goku's Kick, Gohan would only be able to play 3. In other iterations of the game, they changed it so like only Gohan can play this card, but in the original version of the game, that just isn't true. And I feel it's much better for it. Just wanted to air that out. We got three of this card here. Physical doing +5. Okay, huge beatdown. Okay, going all aggro. Here we got physical doing +4. That's it. That's all those cards do. Only 2 copies of that. Black Face Slap. Focused physical doing +2. If successful, you can choose 1 card at random from your opponent's hand and discard it. So that can be swapped out for that bullshit card from the damn video game. I guess you can double up, maybe take something else out, but I have no idea how I'm going to organize this. There's no way this playmat's going to fit all these. Try like how I organize my Magic videos, I guess. Okay, we got Black Quick Kick with Endurance. Physical doing +3 life cards. If your opponent has no non-combat cards in play, it gains if successful your opponent. Okay, kind of bad, I think. But I guess it has utility. Black Shift Kick. Physical doing +4. Stops energy. Okay, place the bottom 2. Okay, good card, good card. Oh, Black Quick Kick. A lot of the later cards like this, you can tell this from the Boo arc. It's from the Fusion Saga. Each set, beginning with the Saiyan Saga, it went Saiyan, Namek, Trunks, Androids, Cell Saga, Cell Games, World Games, Bobbity, Boo, Fusion, Kid Boo. Those were the names of the sets. And as it progressed, the cards got stronger. You know, power creep is a real thing. Seeing this as a common when it does all that is a little surprising, but and I can tell it's a common based on the number of stars this Dragon Ball here has, which is 1. Commons had 1. Promo cards had 2. Uncommons had 3. Main personalities that you could only pull from starter decks had 4. Rare cards, like the Mastery here, have 5. Ultra rare cards had 6. I pulled an ultra rare once. No, I pulled 2 ultra rares actually. Damn, let me just pull it out. It's right here. Kind of doubt I'll ever have another opportunity to show this, but this is a what they call an ultra rare. You can see it's got 6 stars. It's a very rare card. Like, I think the rarity for pulling an ultra was 1 out of every like 2 boxes, which was insane. But I've pulled 2 ultras in my very limited time playing this game, which says something. So forgot I also have this one, this Gotenks level 3. I actually tie pulled this, yeah, and I traded my life away for it. It felt like, but yeah, such a clutch card there. And then I'm not sure what these were, but there was also 7 stars on some cards that were like, I don't know where these came from. Like, if they were just, I don't know what the distinction was between ultras and these 7-star cards. Like, because I have 2 copies of this Gotenks, and only 1 of the ultra rare level 3, but I can't remember This one feels like it's easier to pull. It's a lot thicker too. Oh man, a little nostalgic looking at these rare cards here, but maybe another day we'll look at that. For now, we're looking at this this deck here. Black Light Jab, physical doing +4. If successful and you declare it Takuyawaza, you can discard a non-combat card in play. Oh, that's mandatory. Damn. So if you have a non-combat in play and your opponent doesn't, get your shit out of luck. Black Head Crush, okay. Physical doing +5. Damn, we are doing a lot of damage. Okay, here we got another name card, Hercule's Dropkick. Physical doing +6. Damn. If stopped, gain 3 power stages in place of the bottom unless your main personality is Hercule, limit 1 per deck. Okay, so only playing one of that because it's limit 1 as defined by the text. That was the thing with this game. It had so many random quirks like that. Like, the text box of the cards themselves dictated how many copies you were allowed to play. Like, there was erratas, of course. Some of the earlier cards had to be errated to be on the list, but, like, it's just funny that they designed it in a way that they felt the need to include that information in the text box of the card. Just funny design space back in those days. And we got more name cards here. We got Cell's Backslap. This doesn't specify that it's limit 1, though I think it might be on that list. I can't remember. Draw the bottom card. Oh, physical attack. Draw the bottom. Yeah, that's definitely limit 1. Anything that like replaces itself, cantrips, pretty much got limited to 1 because it's just too strong. Anything generic like this. There's another card that's almost identical to Cell's Backslap that is in here. I think maybe I didn't include it. I don't see it in here. Damn, it's really not in here. What the? All right, I guess ignore that. We're not playing that. We're just playing Cell's Backslap. We also got Vegito's Dropkick. Focused physical doing +X, where X is the attacking personality's power-up rating and personality level added together. Damn. So that's gonna be doing a lot of damage. And the fact that it says focused physical attack means it's harder to block. Yeah, we're dealing damage. You also got Majin Vegeta's Frantic Attack. Doesn't this stay in play? Yeah, I remember this card. Seems pretty bad because it only does +1, but the fact that it stays in play in an aggressive deck like this, that's actually cracked. So yeah, 3 copies of that. Now that I'm older and I recognize play patterns in games, I can tell that when something's cracked. Now we're playing for the Gohan's Kick. This is what actually made me want to play Gohan, so I could play 4 of this card, because a lot of the cards in this game, particularly the early ones, are just not balanced. There are a lot of cards that just outright invalidate any attempt to progress the game state. So, in the middle of the series lifespan in the Cell Games arc, they made this card, Gohan's Kick. Physical doing +3, and it has an effect: cards that end combat or cards that stop all physical or all energy attacks cannot be used for the remainder of combat. So it punishes those decks that want to stall the game out and just win through any arbitrary way via those degenerate early game, like, stop all attacks cards. That's why I gravitated towards wanting to play Gohan, so I could maximize the opportunity to play possibly the greatest card in this game, Gohan's Kick. For those of y'all that do know this game, if this video found you, if you actually play this game, like, still, let me know your opinion, because I'm not as into the game as I was, and back when I was into the game, I wasn't as, like, in the know on just how to, like, properly play card games, so I definitely did things suboptimally back then. But what I'm getting at is, please vouch for me that Gohan's Kick is the truth in the comments. Because, my god, some of those early cards have just gotta go. We're playing Hidden Power Level, two copies of it. This got featured in the video game, so y'all should know what that does. Playing Fierce Left Kick, bro. Strong card. Physical doing +5 or stops a physical attack. just utility like that on a random common in the Kid Buu saga. Bro, and they just stopped caring in the Kid Buu saga. They printed so much bullshit. As much as I was clowning on the earlier sets for having general mistakes of cards, the later game ones were just so inflated with power creep. It's just funny. There's such a dichotomy for between like the early game like bangers, like the Power 9 level mistakes, to late era Kid Buu level nonsense. The saddest thing is by then hardly anybody was playing the game anymore, I think. So yeah. Anyway, let's continue with the deck. We're like halfway done. Black Spin Kick, physical doing +4, playing 3 of that. I'm not reading through all these cards because then I've already been recording for over 30 minutes and I don't want this video to be too long, but yeah, I'd what's this? +3. Huh. That is a card. What is this? Piccolo's Destruction Attack. Physical attack doing +4 power stages, gain 4 power stages, successful, and it deals life cards of damage. Remove up to X cards in your opponent's discard pile, where X is twice the many as the life card did. So, combos nicely with the Black Style Mastery. So it'll always do 1 life card if successful, so nice. Only 2 copies of it, though. This is not that great. I mean, the +4 power stages is good, but we're playing Black Swift Elbow Strike. Physical attack, if successful, also stops all energy attacks for the rest of combat. Would I be allowed to play that with Gohan's Kick? See, I don't even, because the game is so, like, it was so niche and like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic I play now, they're like very wordy and like complicated, but once you understand the rules, like you can get the game. But with this, there's so many, it's open to interpretation, especially the really early card, but that's a whole nother topic. I guess we're playing 3 of that, even though it might be a non-bow with our Gohan's Kick. I'm not positive, but okay, so now that's all the attacks. And here's where I feel like I made a deck building mistake by including a lot of non-combat cards. When you play the game, it's played by drawing 3 cards, deciding whether or not you want to enter combat and fight the opponent, at which point they'll draw 3 cards and you'll fight. You'll fire off attacks, your opponents will block and fire attacks back, but at the same time there's also non-combat cards. So if you draw a non-combat card when your opponent enters combat, it's just a brick. Like, you can't use it during combat because it's non-combat, so you're really losing tempo, like massively, by including non-combat cards in an aggressive deck like this, which is where I feel like I made my mistake. I don't even know what Tia's mental conditioning is. Use when entering combat, raise your anger 1, raise the highest personality, draw the bottom card. That seems terrible. Why is that in here? This, on the other hand, is a banger. Vegeta's Quickness Drill. Another one from the Saiyan Saga. Legitimate member of the Power 9 of this card game. At the beginning of each combat, you draw 1 card from the bottom of your discard pile. So yeah, just +1 every turn. No big deal. Man, crazy. We're playing Intensity Drill, Provoke Drill, Caught Off Guard Drill. Oh yeah, there were heroes and villains. That was an element in this game. Certain cards you can only play if your main character was hero aligned or villain aligned, like this card here. This is kind of a sleeper though. When it's put in play, you name a non-Dragon Ball card and your opponent can't play that. So another way to just stop those degenerate, stop all attacks bullshit cards. But now here's where I really messed up by including DragonBallZ. DragonBallZ are they function like non-combat cards, but they're different in the fact that when your life deck gets, Jesus fucking Christ. I apologize for that. The batteries in my camera here died and scared the daylights out of me, and I had to collect myself, change the battery, but we're back. What was I saying? When DragonBallZ, when you take damage from your life deck, if a Dragon Ball gets discarded, it gets shuffled back in. I don't remember if that's where I was getting at or not. I feel like that's totally irrelevant to what I was saying. There's stipulations with Dragon Balls, like if you, there are Dragon Ball decks. If you collect all 7 Dragon Balls, you win the game. That is a win condition, putting all 7 of the same Dragon Balls kind in your deck. Like, for example, these are the Dende Dragon Balls, the ones Dende made. There's also the original Earth Dragon Balls. There's the Namek Dragon Balls, and if you collect 7 of the same set, meaning you have all 7 in play, you win the game. That was the main win condition of the best decks for a long time with the game, just because aggro was invalidated because those early degenerate cards, but then they printed bangers like this and this that allowed aggro decks to function. So DragonBallZ, I feel like, is the biggest mistake I have in this deck. I just don't feel like they need to be in here. They do have a good effect when you play them, like this. When you play it, you raise your main personality to its highest power stage, and then it has a passive buff that all your physical attacks do +3, in addition to the buff we're getting from the mastery. And then this Dende Dragon Ball, you raised a full, and then you draw the top 3 cards from your discard pile. So it is card advantage if you can get it, but I don't know, the inconsistency with combat makes me feel like I shouldn't be playing Dragon Balls. Yeah, that's the main thing I remember with this deck. Even when I made it, I felt like maybe I shouldn't include these Dragon Balls, but they're always so, like, when they worked, they felt great, but they didn't always work. And I feel like in a focused deck like this, you want to be consistent, so I should probably just take those out. Anyway, we got more non-combat cards and drills here. Like, here we got Expectant Trunks. This has Trunks in the name, so it is considered a Trunks named card, by the way. I think earlier I stated that it had to be the first word in the card, which is incorrect, because cards could also be styled and named at the same time. Like, we could have a black Goku's kick or whatever, and that would be considered styled and named for deck construction purposes. Yeah, so many random drills. Like, oh my, there's so much bad shit. Like, why? Bro, this Nanbo's so badly with my Goku sent. Like, what was I doing? Oh my god. Take all that shit out of there. This is a legitimate banger, though. Black Searching Technique. I feel like this got eroded to not be black, maybe? No, that was the card from the Sensei deck. That one, Black Scout Maneuver. Okay. But Black Searching Technique is still considered a black card. Anyway, we also got Aura Clash, which just raises both you and the opponent 1 personality stage. You do get advantage out of growing a personality, so there is merit to it, but only 1. This is the other debatably best card in the game, Trunks Energy Sphere. It stops the effects of any combat card. I don't know if you noticed, but like, this is a non-combat, physical combat. This is just a combat card. This stops any combat card, so stops Trunks Energy Sphere, stops Aura Clash here, and I don't have any other, is that all the blocks I'm playing, bro? Ain't no way. Oh, you got me fucked up. Well, we're not trying to play the long game, so we don't need to block. We're just out here trying to beat down, I guess. So what's the point of all the non-combats? I don't get it. Yeah, bad deck. I'm calling it right now. For those of y'all that are up in this game, just give it to me straight. Tell me it's bad, because I feel like it is. I wanted to say there was potential here. Like, I was cooking. I just didn't have the skills to cook properly when I made it. So, where does that leave us? If this video does reach an audience that actually plays this game, I'd be interested, because this was such a fun game, and like, playing that video game, the Game Boy Advance game, kind of reinvigorated my interest in the game. But the game was so bad because it was like Game Boy Advanced era. A lot of the cards, like Gohan's kick and stuff didn't exist yet, so the early degenerate garbage invalidated so much. And I wish there was like a simulator to actually be able to play this game with other players. I haven't found anything like that, but yeah, this original game was something special, and I just wanted to celebrate the memories with this deck that I never played with. I've been doing a lot of Magic the Gathering deck tech videos lately, and those videos have been getting pretty popular, so figured I would do the same for old reliable Dragon Ball and see if I could find a community that actually is interested in the game. Maybe get back into the swing of things. Anyway, if you watched this whole video, thank you. It is scorching hot, so if I've been sweating throughout this video, I apologize. Especially if you're into, like, Magic or Pokemon or, I guess, even Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, I got some Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks here. What's this? This Dark Magician. What the hell is... Oh, Blue Eye. Okay, that's my Blue Eyes deck. I've gotten really into card games lately, so if you're a fan of card games, be sure to subscribe. Anyway... thank you guys for watching, and have a good day, guys.